And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for a little movie that just came out this weekend called Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. That's right, The Last Jedi is here, finally, and I got to go see it. And don't worry, spoiler-free video. If you haven't seen the video yet, I will be doing a spoiler review next week. So that will give you more time to see. I know a lot of people out there putting the spoilers out now, but if there's people out there who haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it yet. But, gotta say right off the back, love this movie. I really, really love this movie. Did I really love it like the last one? No. I do have some problems with this movie, but I'll get to that in a moment. But what I want to start off with, obviously, is the one spoiler that I'm gonna do here, and this is for the Force Awakens. Ready? If you haven't seen the Force Awakens, 3, 2, 1. Basically, Force Awakens, we got Luke, never talked at all. We saw him one shot. This movie, he talks, and boy oh boy, Luke Skywalker is back, and wow, he was amazing. I think he was one of my favorite characters in this movie, besides from Rey, but I'll get to her in a moment. I really thought, like, Luke Skywalker, like, you see, like, why he was in that, and I don't want to give too many spoilers for this, but still, like, I gotta just say this. I mean, it's not much of a spoiler, but you see him, and you wonder, is he damaged? Is he, like, okay in the head? Is he alright? Like, you go into this island, look, you know, Rey obviously is in the island, looking, trying to get him to come back and whatnot, but still, you know, they're trying to get him to come back, while the First Order is basically trying to take out the rest of the rebels. That's not much of a spoiler. That's basically in the trailers. Anyway, so Rey goes there, and she's trying to talk some sense to him, and you see Luke's reactions when he first meets her, the way he interacts with her, and he's like, to me, I think he was kind of damaged in a way. You know, I don't want to spoil anything, but when you see the movie, you understand, wow, this guy's been through a lot. No wonder he went into hiding, basically, you know? It felt like he gave up in the Force, if, you know, you can take that what you want. But yeah, I really thought they really handled Luke really, really good, and I was just glad to see Mark Hamill come back. Oh yeah, here's a spoiler. He turns into the Joker. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. That would have been funny. But yeah, he was great. I really thought Luke was just as good as he was in Empire. I'll leave it at that. Think about that. Anyway, and then we go to Rey. Rey comes in, and the first time we see her, she was great in the Force Awakens. You know, the Force Awakens. You know, we don't know anything about her. Then we try to get to this mystery, like, is she a Jedi? Is she Force sensitive? Is she all this and this and that? Then we get into this movie, and then you start seeing things, obviously from the trailers, you can see she's been using the Force, and you look at her and like, huh, she has potential. And boy, oh boy, I don't want to spoil anything, but I can't. Basically, she kicks butt in this movie. That's all I'm going to say. How? No, I'm not saying it, but still, she was great. I really like Daisy Ridley as this character. She really brings this character to life, you know, like we first meet her, we don't know who the heck she is, you know. She's just like kind of like Indiana Jones type character who just gets artifacts that she just finds in the desert of Jakku and then sells them off to get, you know, money for it. And, you know, she just lives her life, and she's just trying to find her parents, and it was great, and I really enjoyed her character. And then when you see her progress in this movie from what she did in the first one, you end up liking her more and more. But that's just my opinion. But I thought she was great. And then you have Kylo Ren. And here's another character I thoroughly enjoyed. And he was, great. Not dark level, like, great. I put him, how can I put this? He's right now maybe my third favorite Sith. Maybe. I don't know. I might have to watch the originals again. I mean, obviously, nobody beats Darth Vader and the Emperor, obviously, duh. And, you know, he's between Maul and Count Dooku right now. And I know the prequels, a lot of people don't like the prequels. I like the prequels for certain moments of it, but still. there are certain things I like about the prequels and certain things I hate about the prequels. But I still watch them and I still enjoy those moments. But anyway, he's around there. But man, Kylo Ren, man, whew, you see his journey really progress in this movie. It's like he goes from point A, from point Z all the way to point A. He's basically on point A right now. Like wow, he came out of nowhere, and you thought he was strong before. Wait till you see him in this movie. Whew, scary. And then another good character. There's so many good moments in this and characters I liked. A lot of them, but I'll get to this one. Supreme Leader Smoke. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the back, like, if you're expecting him to be jumping around and like what the Emperor did in Episode 3, not really. But just as a figure, just sitting in his throne, just sitting there looking menacing, and then you feel the intention. I had goosebumps just looking at him. His visual effects were freaking good. I'm talking about like Planet of the Apes good. Andy Serkis once again did it perfectly because obviously he does the motion capture and I think that he does the voice as well. But that technology is amazing. You see if you really look at him, you see every detail, his scars, his eyebrows, everything, I'm like, wow. That trailer, when you see him for the first time in the trailer, doesn't do justice, but still, he was great, and he was a great character. Was he in a lot of it? No, but when he was in it, he was great. He was just like the Emperor. The Emperor's hardly ever in the movies. When you see him in holograms, and you're like, this guy's all talk, whatever. When you first meet the Emperor, then you're like, yeah, I'm going to stick away from him. He's kind of scary. Then when you watch him in the prequels, no matter how much you hate those movies, if you hate them, cool, he's pretty freaking crazy. He's kind of like that. Where you first meet Snoke and you're like, he's okay, he looks scary, but is he really scary? When you watch him in this movie, then you're going to be like, yeah, it's pretty scary. I think the Emperor will still kill him, but still. Anyway, I thought those moments were great. Then you have his new character, Rose. Gotta say, a lot of people were telling me, she was okay. I actually enjoyed her. I actually thought she was a pretty cool character. Kind of a quirky, like, kind of moment girl. Like, she does things and then, she just does her job. She keeps quiet, but she believes in the cause, She believes in the cause for the rebels to, overcome, the resistance and the Empire and all that stuff. She believes in that cause. And then when you get to know her, she's actually pretty cool. I thought she was great. So she did a great job. The actress who did her, she was cool. So I give that props. Okay, we have Finn now. Finn was alright. I'll get to him in my negatives, but still, him alone, Finn has always been great. The character alone, but I think what they did with the character this time around, not so good. But we'll get to that. Anyway, what else? I think that's pretty. Oh, obviously. Moment of silence for our dear Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher. I actually kind of got a little teary a little bit because seeing her on the screen for the first time made me kind of realize, like, this is the last time we're going to see her, guys. Like, literally going to see her. This is our Princess Leia. Like, she embodied this character so well throughout the original trilogy and just aspired, like, iconic women characters. This is like, she's the top. Like, how, like, I always say Meryl Streep is that actress in Hollywood that everybody else kind of looks up to? Well, in character-wise, Princess Leia is that character. If you have other characters that you like as females, and they're awesome, and they kick butt, they probably look up to her if they were, like, had conscious about her. That's how I picture Princess Leia, because Princess Leia is that most iconic, greatest person we have ever met, and Carrie Fisher is always going to be Princess Leia in here. So she was great. The things they do with her, wow! And there's so many surprises in this movie that I didn't see coming. I was like, what? How? Oh my God! That's what you're going to be saying when you see this movie. Now, this movie's not perfect. I'm not going to go say this movie's a 10. This movie's a bajillion. This movie gets all that good ratings. No, I actually might give this a low score, but not too low, because honestly, I still love this movie, but this movie has problems. There's a whole act in this movie, in the second half of this movie, and the first act, first act was great. And Paul Dameron, he's always great. I wish they gave him more to do, but he was still good. BB-8, hilarious as always. And of course R2-D2 and C-3PO. You know, they're the kings. You know, what else can you do with those guys? They're like pretty much, you know, the gods of the Star Wars universe now. Anyway, there's this actual scene in this movie. I'm not going to get too many details, but it's in the second act. It kind of just felt to me like, I kind of felt like, okay, this is like kind of dragging on, because the point of this part didn't really happen. But when it gets to its conclusion, then I'll go, wow, now it makes sense. But I feel like the scene that builds up to that moment in the movie, and you'll see what I mean when you watch the movie. Like there's a moment where they have to go from point A to point B to C. When they're in point A, they're trying to get to the next point, A plus, let's say. They're trying to get to that point, right? B to A. No, let's do that better. B to A. So they're in B, they're trying to get to A, but trying to cross that line between that, you know, there's nothing there, you know what I mean? There's like no letters between A and B, you know what I mean? If it was C, B, and then A, then it would make sense, but this was just like B, and then it just goes to A, because the A was the most important part of the movie. To me, anyway, as a sign that says, these people have gone through things, and you can tell that they, I don't want to spoil it. But anyway, when you get to that point, then you're like, wow. That point, before to get into this point, totally useless. Useless. Anyway, I still like this movie a lot. And Captain Phasma, I mean, come on. I honestly, when I first saw the trailer for the first movie, I was like, she's gonna be awesome. One of the coolest stormtroopers ever. And they kind of botched her again. It's not much of a spoiler or anything, because basically, whatever you see of her in the movies, that's her. And that's pretty much all you get. So, I'm going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 78% out of 100. I really like this movie a lot, but like I said, that moment in that movie, I could not understand. But, you know, what can you do? But yet, I'm still excited for the next one. I'm still excited. And I will be doing my spoiler review next week. So leave a comment below and let me know what you guys thought about the movie. If you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, what are you looking for in the most of this movie? Name any character, doesn't matter. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a good day.